point did you say, like, she loves me for me? Like what had to happen?
You gotta see, because I don't. Hey, man.
Like,
Hey, man.
you know what has your ex texted you since this song since hearing it?
No.
She hasn't?
No.
I'm definitely reaching out like, wow, you writing all this shit about me.
Guys, we don't want to break up.
Yeah.
Genuinely don't want to break up.
Women don't want to break up either, but unfortunately, we're pushed to that at one point.
And I want to make sure that a lot of older men understand that my dad is one of those people.
This is an older man.
I know a lot of people that she be on his head. What?
No, he's on me. I have to get him back. He calls me an older woman every time.
I do that.
Okay. No one watches this and says she's not feminine. No, we
Some
feel like
people do.
No, they do. They come from me.
Well, don't listen to those people.
Yeah,
They're
don't
weirdos.
listen to those people. Then
Well, you're the one saying it all
I
the
don't
thing.
say it.
He didn't say. He just said strong.
Strong voice.
Strong. This is blowing me. Stop doing this, though. This is blowing me. This right here is like, what in the
You gotta do it now.
Well, this is the symbol for strong.
Yeah.
Like, this is blowing me. Stop this. Like, I'm not giving bodybuilder.
This is to taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic? Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of The Truth After Dark. I'm your host, Azar Farideh.
And I'm your boy, Paul Pierce, the truth.
The truth. And tonight, we are joined by an incredible actor with an incredible voice. You've seen him on Grownish, you've seen him on Grey's Anatomy, and he just dropped the EP, I Love You Goodbye, with a breakup album on the way that everyone's waiting on. Please welcome Trevor Jackson. This episode is also sponsored by the Aura House. At Aura House Club, please make sure you guys follow them. And if you have any podcast filming needs, you can check them out. All their information will be below.
Bro, it's an honor.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you. So you have a new album that's coming out.
Yes.
In about like a week or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 days.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling? I know that it's a breakup album, right?
Yes.
So
the
yeah,
breakup
like we
album.
got to get into this, okay? Because you know
he
we
went through something.
Yeah, of course. I feel like to be creative, you have to have that pain a little bit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm excited about it. It feels
Okay.
like there's a weight lifted, you know. I have other music that I have done, but I was like, I want to be able to move forward in life and not have this thing that I made in a place of healing, you know, still resting on me. So the fact that I get to put it out into the world and could potentially, you know, help somebody through their breakup or whatever, then my job is done, you know. So
Okay. Can you talk to us about the breakup a little bit?
yeah, I guess it just didn't work, you know what I mean? I think we were just two people, young, trying to make something work that just didn't, you know, trying to put a triangle in a circle, you know what I mean? Like it didn't work. And, you know, it ended. She broke up with me, which is, you know, it's fine. Yeah.
Women always break
this
up.
Is what we always say.
Yeah.
Men don't break up with women.
Yeah.
Women usually do the breaking up, but men will do a lot of shit to make her break up.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. How long were you guys together?
About 6 years.
Oh, that's a minute.
Yeah,
Were you holding on and fighting for it?
Yeah. I think even when I maybe knew it wasn't the right thing, just because I'm that type of person, like my whole life I've had to just kind of, you know, swallow my pride and just, you know, even if everything doesn't fall perfectly into a line, I still know how to work through and push through. And I think that was also to my own detriment in this situation. You know, I'm just like, I want it to work. I want it to be right, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, you live, you learn, and I'm thankful for it. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at now, I would go through it a billion times again. I was able to create some incredible music, and I think, again, I'll be able to help a lot of people through a tough time.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I've been through that before. I've been through a long relationship, breakup. Like the first girl I was with like 7, 8 years. And I felt like it was over 3 years before it actually ended.
You know what I mean?
Like, but you try to make it work because like you said, like we say, guys, we don't want to break up. I genuinely don't want to break up.
Women don't want to break up either, but unfortunately, we're pushed to that at one point.
What pushes a woman to break up?
I would probably say,
what's the final straw?
I would probably say that there isn't a specific final straw. I think women check out emotionally far before the relationship ends. Men probably do the same thing, but I think it just, for women, it's like, for me, I'm just like that. I'm holding on, I'm trying so hard, and then eventually you're just like, damn, like, I can't keep doing this.
I got one question, because we talked about this. Did y'all live together?
For a period of time, but not like actually, you know what I mean? It was like, you know, she'd stay over for like months at a time, or then, you know, during the pandemic time.
What do you think about if you're like, say during the pandemic, if you slept on the couch or she slept on the couch?
Yeah, we talked about this.
What, is that a
What do
thing?
you mean?
Like, if you just was like, all right, y'all usually sleep in the bed together, but you just slept on the couch. Is that a thing?
That's weird.
You think that's
weird?
Yeah, that's weird.
We just had this conversation.
Now, I think also I'm huge on communication. Like, I'm an over communicator, right?
Love that.
Because I want there to be clarity, and you know, I've learned my lesson from not communicating. Yeah. So if I am wanting to sleep on the couch, I will make sure the person knows, hey, this isn't because I want to be far from you. This isn't because, you know, I'll make sure that I explain it properly to where it's like, hey, I just want to have a night on the couch and watch me a little movie loud. I know you're trying to sleep. Right. I'm just trying to maybe mindless, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to chill and relax and want to be able to be with my, you know, but I would never just do that. Now, I've been on the other end where people may just do stuff and not communicate. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, why are you couldn't tell me? And then, oh, it's fine. I just want, okay, but as your partner, I feel like I'm owed that, the communication, especially if we're always, you know, sleeping together. I'm owed communication.
Right.
You know what? I feel like the younger generation, because how old are you, 29?
Yeah, 29.
I feel like the younger generation of men, like G Herbo, he's your same age. He came on here. You guys are more vulnerable and like communicative and like very open. I think older generations are not that way because it was more stigmatized.
Yeah, and also they couldn't be. They didn't have the space to be.
And
I want to make sure that a lot of older men understand that. My dad is one of those people.
This is an older man.
I know a lot of people that she be on his head. What?
No, he's on me. I have to get him back. He calls me an older woman every time.
I do that too.
Okay, go.
It's okay. I'm letting her get her shot.
He does it to me all the time.
Okay. But I think that they just weren't gifted that space, and a lot of people blame them and throw a lot of shade their way. And it's like, if you were in that place, there just wasn't room for that. There were so many other things that we had to overcome. It's like, I can't be worried about this thing. Even if my heart hurts a little bit, I don't have room. I got to carry this family. I got to carry this situation. And so, there's not a lot of space. And I think now it's been a lot more accepted, and we're seeing the benefits of how sharing your feelings can, you know, improve your mental health and your peace and all these things. So I agree, but I think it's because of the time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is about the times, because like me as an older man, like you said, like us growing up, we had to like shoulder like being the tough guy.
Yeah.
We can't show emotion.
Yeah.
You know, we looked upon as that rock
of
the family, and it was frowned upon if you showed a little emotion or you cried.
Man
or
up,
you was
man
sad.
up.
It was like, man up, you'll get punched in the chest if you a kid.
Right.
And like now it's just like more outlets for it. And it's like a freedom. It's like an emotional freedom.
Yeah, my dad now is crying more than he ever has. He's like, son, what's wrong with me? I said, Dad, you've held in for 50-some years. What you expect? You know, so now everything that happens and he get a little tear, he's like, oh no, I be like this. I'm like, Dad, you spent your whole life not crying. And I always think, I push him. Like one time I said, Dad, sit in your car. I'm gonna send you a song. Just lay your seat back and listen to this song. And he called me back. He was like, why'd you do that, son? I was like, because you needed to let that, whatever. I don't know what he was going with. But I was just like, because I was in the car that day and I listened to it and I was crying while I was driving. I was like, wow. And I said to my dad, I was like, in case you need this, you know, and he did it. And there's just a lot of healing in that, bro. There's a lot of healing. But I also think there's a balance, where I do think some younger generations, like younger than me, they don't have enough of, hey, carry that.
Right.
Because, you know, me being in doing the things I've done for as long as I can, I could have a trillion times given up. I could have a trillion times not. But because I was kind of raised with a little bit of both, you know, I feel like there was a time where it was like, I don't care how you're feeling about that. You have to get this done. There's not like, it's like what must you do, you know?
Okay.
And I had to look at my life like that. So I think it's a gentle balance. Yeah. But I do think now, I think there's a lot of people who I'm just like, you're crying over that, you're giving up over that, or, you know.
They're not resilient.
And I think there's definitely a change in the generations.
Okay, I got a question. What makes you laugh? What makes you smile? What makes you cry?
Come on.
That's a loaded question only because I'm so like, I love so many things. Like I could laugh at a baby, falling down and like jokingly, and obviously not dying or the baby hurting themselves, but like, or a baby surprise themselves or a dog doing so. I have 2 dogs, and I love comedy, so maybe a stand-up comedy show. What makes me cry? Probably the same thing, seeing a baby. Or like a dad and a son having a good talk, you know what I mean? I probably would cry, some shit like that. Yeah. I'm a crybaby. I love it. It's feels good. Feels good.
Okay, and what was the other one? Cry, laugh?
Laugh, and one more.
You said comedy, laugh, smile.
Oh, smile.
Smile.
If you're just sitting there and you're on the couch and you just start thinking of this, you just like.
Being a dad?
Damn,
Yeah.
okay.
And you are not a dad yet, correct?
No, I'm not a dad.
Okay,
No.
but that
But I
is
want
something.
like 4 kids.
You just foresee
4
it, like,
kids.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I love that.
That's one of my main goals in life is just to be a good dad. And
So, speaking of being a dad, you have a song on your EP called "Kept It." So, is that about a woman having an abortion?
yes.
Okay, so
100%.
you've been through that.
Yeah, I have. It wasn't easy.
You know, a lot of people neglect the man's feelings when
I
that
agree.
abortion happens.
I agree.
Was it a mutual decision that
Yeah.
you guys both did?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. It was that what you just said was like the first sentence of the second verse. It was a grown-up decision that we both had to
Yeah,
make.
you did say that. I
That's
do
what-
remember that.
That's just
yeah,
funny that
yeah,
you
you
did.
did.
But
say
yeah, exactly. It was a thing that we
Yeah.
both had to make, and like looking back on it now, I think we did the right thing. That's also
Yeah.
in the song. But it's true. It's like, but I think the whole song, it was off of my experience, but also a friend of mine who had said something like to me when we were like talking, and he was like, sometimes it makes you feel like you wish you would just. I was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, right, because you can still see him, even if it's like they may not be with you, but they're around, and it's
Yeah.
like maybe that's selfish, maybe that's whatever, but these are just the honest feelings that go through someone's head, and it's like everything that someone thinks isn't what they do and isn't who they are, but I think going through that thought process is important. That's why I put all of these songs on this album, because they're all different ideas or thoughts I may have had. I may not have acted on all these things, but I had to go through all of these to get to boom, you know what I'm saying, where I'm
you're
at.
now.
But if I neglected those thoughts and allowed myself to feel those things, I would be here, but uncomfortably. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like,
I get that.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like breakups to me are sometimes harder than death because the
yeah.
person is still there. You
Yeah.
know, it's very, very hard. I hate it.
I think I feel slightly differently. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like death is, it's like
It's
even
fucked
worse.
up because they're gone.
They're going like
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
And I'm only
yeah,
saying that
I
because,
get that.
you know what I mean? But I get what you mean. Maybe in relationship stance, yeah.
I get both. Like I've been through both.
Yeah.
And I know they're both really hard. But with
Yeah.
breakup, it's like you know this person is still there
Right,
and you're
right.
just not with them. It just hurts. It's I hate breakups. Like I'd rather go through anything else than that.
Has your ex texted you since this song has since hearing it?
No. We
She
don't-
hasn't?
No.
I'm definitely reaching out like, wow, you writing all this shit about me. Ah, you put my
But it's not
abortion
just
on
my
the-
story, right? You know, there's this is for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? This is, I know a lot of people who have been through this situation.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard it come from a male's perspective. And I felt a certain way about it and I wanted to write about it. But yeah, it was a difficult thing. I called my pastor, I had him pray over me and her and, trying to figure out what to do. And, even after it was done, I remember being in the car looking out the window and like trying not to break down because I didn't want this person to break down. But I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Understanding, the depth of it all. And
Yeah, that's,
hey, man, never an easy thing to navigate, but
it's not.
but I'm definitely glad music is there for me because I can I lean into it. Whenever I go through stuff in life, I just lean in.
Yeah.
What do you
definitely.
love more, creating music or acting?
I'd say music only because it's mine. It's so me that it's gonna be the most. It's gonna be the closest thing to me if people a million years from now wanted to know who I was. You would listen to my music. Now, when I'm acting, I'm taking somebody else and trying to make them, believable as me, right? I'm taking someone else's words, I'm taking another character, and I'm diving into that.
Yeah.
And when I'm writing, the words are mine, the stories are mine, and even the harmonies, the way I cut myself, I engineer myself, so it's like all of it is me.
Yeah.
Even in the quickness, how I work, like, yeah. That probably
Makes sense. Because I know you have a passion for both.
Yeah, absolutely. They both have saved me.
Yeah.
I say this story every time, so I may sound like a broken record, but like there have been times where I'd go to set and maybe like, let's say I didn't read the script the day before or whatever, and I show up, but the day before I went through a breakup and I get to set and the scene's about me breaking up with somebody.
Yeah.
And I had said the words that I'm saying in the script the day before, not knowing I had this to do. So like they both have just showed up kind of like spiritually in my life and have been like, hey, this is for you. This is to help you. This is to, process.
Have you ever lost yourself in a role? Like, and what I mean by that, like you just find yourself becoming that person?
I'd say Burning Sands was probably the closest I felt to like a little bit out of myself. Yeah. I played a guy in a fraternity, and I just really was trying to deprive myself of sleep and just go through, some of those things that were happening. And I was committing to that, and I just noticed it even when I came back from filming that. People that I knew, they were like, yo, you're a little different. You ain't the same. Like, you even look a little different, and it's not like I've changed drastically, but, going through that process, I definitely grew as an actor, as a man, but also I did experience that kind of like, whoa, this is a different body.
Do you have to see somebody? Do you have to talk to like, what is it, a psychiatrist? Do people
a therapist or a psychologist?
Yeah, a therapist.
I do go to therapy. I love therapy. I think everyone should do it. I think it's very positive.
I love therapy.
But it wasn't to that extreme, I wasn't like, hey, I need help getting out of here. Like I'm in this room and I can't see. It wasn't that. But guess what? I don't want to wish that on myself, but I do want to get into that space of a role that I feel that way. Like I really want to go. I always want to push myself in whatever I'm doing. So whether that's music or acting, I'm like, what's the next thing? What's the next level? How can I go harder? How can I be better? And I think actors like Joaquin Phoenix, actors like Leonardo, like, Daniel Day-Lewis, these guys switch. Sean Penn, they switch. They turn into, and I want that. I want to watch a movie and be like, that ain't Trev.
Even Lady Gaga does that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's method acting, right? Just becoming a whole different person. Denzel, like there's a lot.
Denzel's great.
But you got to understand, some of the characters he said, they've been in dark places. They've went into some dark places. Like the 3 actors he said have played some dark characters.
They're cold though. They're cold, and it's like they sacrifice, sometimes you do. I think it's important to pray over yourself, whatever you do, cover yourself. But some people don't, and go dive into a space and be like, hey, what's kind of running this, ship? And you gotta.
But Lady Gaga, when she played in House of Gucci, said that she like lost herself. She didn't know who the fuck she was. That movie was so good. Yeah. And it was dark. It had dark things, and she said she thought she was that person. Like she lived that person every day. Like that's crazy.
Jim Carrey did that for that one comedian. I forget his name. Forgive me, but Jim Carrey played a comedian in something, and there's a whole documentary about that on Netflix, which is pretty interesting. I love Jim Carrey in general. I think he's
he's great.
Intuitive dude, but the documentary was dope.
Man,
so top 5 actors, what would you say?
Oh,
we play this game all the time.
I always have this because I have my top 10 actors in here. Hold on. I watch this thing every day, and I'm always like, okay, top 10. Hold on.
We talk about this all the time.
Top 5.
Okay. Top 5 is hard. Okay, but I'm gonna try and break this down.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and break this down into only 5. You're only giving me 5 of all time favorite actors of all time.
Okay.
Denzel.
Yes.
He said woo after the
Okay,
first
Denzel,
one.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I was gonna say that. Hey,
Colin Farrell.
Oh wow. Okay.
How many is that?
3.
Oh shit.
Daniel Day is good.
Colin Farrell. I'm gonna give Sean Penn up in there.
Okay, Sean.
Ooh.
And I want to split the last one between Leonardo and Shia LaBeouf.
Wow, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
That's
he's up there
an
for me. He's
interesting
up there for
one.
me. He's top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have said 6 to cheat a little bit. I got 6 in there.
Do you know who Shia LaBeouf is?
Yes, you do. Transformers.
Yes.
Transformers movies.
Yes.
And he's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
He's somebody. So he's one of my heroes that I got to like work closely with. In life when you're like, hey man, this person, right? And I got to work with him. The movie didn't end up coming out. We didn't end up filming it, but we rehearsed for it a bit. And he was one of the most inspiring. And that was one of the most inspiring encounters I've had as an actor because I admire him so much, but I didn't know his process, and to see how extensive his process is and how seriously he takes it and gets into it, I'm like, oh, I had a whole new level of respect. But I loved him since, even Stevens, Holes, but then you got Lawless, his performance in Lawless, Honey Boy, like Peanut Butter Falcon.
I haven't seen it.
This guy's he's a monster. And all the Transformers also.
What's your top 5?
My top 5 is Denzel.
Yep.
Leonardo.
Yep.
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Because I love Fight Club.
Classic.
Viola Davis. Period. And damn, I can't remember my last one. You go. I have to think about it.
All right. I guess the consensus amongst us is Denzel.
Yeah.
All right. So I got Denzel. I also got Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a
good one.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
I know he has one.
I
that's
like a couple movies that he's
Blow. You love Blow.
And,
Pirates of the Caribbean, Chocolate Factory, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Definitely, I got Leonardo's in there too.
Yeah, Leonardo.
That's another one consensus.
I have to say Eddie Murphy, man.
Up there.
Eddie Murphy was
up there.
Like he plays so many different roles, like the lover boy. He played like the comedian. He played the cop.
I think comedians deserve a category in having an Oscar because I think comedy is actually, to me, a little bit more difficult than drama acting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Will Ferrell's when you said top 10, he's in my top 10. Will Ferrell.
Okay, Will Ferrell. Yeah. And then for my fifth one, I'm gonna go with Nicole Kidman.
Cold.
She's
cool.
Tough. She's
You
tough.
had Octavia Spencer on yours last time.
He just be switching it.
Yeah, he be switching. the hair one. Remember the hair lady?
I love
Lady
Octavia.
lover.
I love Octavia. I do.
Okay, yeah, those are good. I can't think of my last one at all. So I don't know. I want to give it to like someone black, maybe Jamie Foxx. Ray
Jamie Foxx is amazing. He's amazing.
That was. I mean,
Ray is one. Yeah, Ray's still one of the best
the most
performances.
talented in Hollywood.
in Hollywood. Wow, that's a strong statement.
Because the singing and acting and performing on stage and hosting, he has no weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like Jamie has no weaknesses.
Yeah, he's
definitely one of one of the few that can do it all.
Like he can do any role
and do it well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
okay, so back to
we just vibing. We vibing.
No, I love that. I love that. But no, I know that acting is not easy.
Yeah,
so,
no, not at all.
And you've been acting for a long time since you were young,
Yeah,
right?
since I was 7 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I acted too I'm not successful at it, but I was
Hey,
an
that's
actress
only
because
you didn't keep going. If you
I didn't keep going.
You know what I mean?
I was in commercials and everything.
Good
in
shit.
plays.
That's cool.
But I can't sing. I think being a singer and an actor is you're a triple threat. Double threat, whatever you call it. So is it true that you and Zendaya were in a relationship?
No.
Speaking of actors, yes or no?
Yep. No, dear friends. We're dear friends. at the time.
Okay, good friends, never been together. Okay,
no.
so the rumors were putting them to rest.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't seem confident, but I'm gonna go with it.
Really? I don't look confident?
Just kidding. Okay, so I know that you talked about you've been afraid of being alone.
Yeah.
So what would you say the craziest thing you've done to avoid being alone?
what?
I think.
Ask somebody to be with you, right?
That's crazy.
I think maybe trying to stay in a situation.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be probably
right.
right.
Like just staying there because you're
just
afraid.
because nobody wants to redo it. Everybody, time is and you only learn how valuable time is the older you get, right?
Yeah.
When you're young, you kind of don't get it, but it's like, whoa. I only got how much time? I just lost my granddaddy. I just, you know what I mean? Now I got to start. Let's figure it out. I can't really play no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think that's the craziest thing I've done is maybe just try and stay in something and knowing maybe something wasn't right for me or, and that can even go like friends too, hanging out with friends because you just don't want to be alone, but maybe they aren't the best influences for you. That's been a thing of mine as well.
That's true.
So yeah.
That's real. I think I learned at an older age, now that I'm an older woman, that being alone, actually staying in a relationship that's not for you is making it, you're going to more say be alone than not because it's inevitable that it's going to end. So now you're just getting older. Time is getting, time keeps going. You're staying in a relationship. You're afraid to be alone. But the longer you stay, the more likely you will be alone.
That you will be alone because you ain't going to look for someone else in another relationship.
That's actually for you. So
Right.
I don't regret any of my relationships. I regret staying longer than I should have because it would have brought me to where I'm supposed to be quicker.
So how I feel about that is I don't want to regret any part because maybe in that you staying longer than you should have taught you a lesson that you wouldn't.
True.
You know what I mean?
And
that's
I do
how
say
it's
that.
hard because it's like
it's true.
It's like you can never if you feel like that you may never be able to actually have an opinion because it's all relative. But I know what you were saying. Yeah. But I was just saying in general, it's like where you are is because of the things that you've been through, and if you change anything, it may be a little different.
So. A few questions.
Yes, please.
Paul is going viral per usual, and he said that in order to know if your woman loves you or not, you should cheat on her. That's how you'll know she loves you. What are your thoughts? Yes, he said, to find out if your girl loves you or not, you should cheat on her. I would like to know what your evolved therapy response is.
All right,
No, let him sir, before you do your
just
explanation.
before it gets taken out of context.
Yeah.
I don't believe that a man should intentionally find that out.
Yeah, right.
Like, and I said it in the conversation talking about the men who said I found out unintentionally.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, I guess she really loved me because we done been through some shit.
I know what you're saying.
You know
I know
I'm
what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're
He's
saying.
cleaning it up.
So here, no, I get it. So here's what I want to say, right, in response to that.
He's cleaning
You're
it.
taking something that matters a lot. If we take out the cheating, it's something that matters a lot to the partner, right? From you, right?
Mm.
She feels a certain way if the man is cheating. I think whatever the level of intensity that is, if this person can love you through that for him, like whether it's cheating, whether it's something like, let's say he said, this really bothers me, please never do this. Let's not say it's cheating. Let's say it's, I don't know, drove the car and wrecked it, or maybe I had a DUI. And this stuff is literally, I would leave you if you did this because this matters this much to me and this shows me a sign of mistrust or whatever. And that person does that and he can love you through that. You know, I think it should go both ways. I think it's a hard thing. But what I'm trying to say is...
You're agreeing with him.
I'm not agreeing with him. I just think if you really love somebody, there's a way through. And that goes both ways.
I agree.
That goes both ways. And I think that there's just a lot of TV, there's a lot of movies, there's a lot of stories we hear that kind of tell us how the path should go between men and women. And I think it should go however it works out in your own life, and you get to create your own reality with that. You feel me? And, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, let you finish.
No, but that was pretty much it. And I'm just saying, like, because there are other things for a man that may mean that much, that may matter that much, and we're like, I love you, it's good. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't, I'm not saying, like he's saying, don't go out and do it just so she can say that. And no one should do it, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But you know what I mean? I think there's a way through, and a lot of people feel like, you do this, you don't love me. And sometimes people aren't perfect or aren't fully grown when you meet them. And it could be reversed in another area of life. You know what I mean? Like maybe in this area you aren't as, you get what I mean? I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Just trying
All
to.
right, so listen to this. You've been a child star in the limelight your whole life.
Yeah.
So you're meeting people, you know, maybe not so based on like the stardom. I mean, of course, handsome guy, you could, you know, attractive, you could get girls to come your way. So at what point did you say like, she loves me for me? Like what had to happen?
You gotta see, because I don't. Hey man,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
how
gonna
do
say
you
this
know?
without
How do you
saying.
know if
I'm
someone
gonna say
really
this
loves
without
you?
saying this fully, because I'm trying to hear the question. I'm trying to answer this properly.
How do you know?
I think, you know, I want to speak on.
He tried not to get in trouble.
I'm trying to speak. I want to say this. I want to say like, you can think something, like I can have an idea, and then
Right.
that could be totally
right.
flipped on its head, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I've been in situations where I'm like, no, she would never. It's not that.
Right.
And find out when we break up, oh, it was that. I was just another one of that.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of the vibe that's going on. You know what I'm feeling? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. I thought that, you know, and you can hear it from your brother, you can hear it from your mama, you can hear it from your daddy. I'm like, you guys are wrong. You guys have no idea.
Right.
She loves me. She's mine. Okay, and we understand each other. All this stuff, and then. You know, life goes on and you start seeing patterns of people and you're like, oh, whoa. And almost I was more mad at me because I'm hard on myself in every aspect of my life. You know, as martial arts, as acting, as singing, I'm trying to be great. I'm like, how could you let this, you know, and I was pissing myself for a while. I'm like, Trevor, it's okay. You know, you're not a mind reader. You're not but that was a hard pill to swallow because I felt like I had a good gauge on that. You know, I felt like I could tell the difference. And for me, a lot of time when I first started, you know, if I was dating, if I was single or whatever, I'm not a gift giver. That's the first thing I did to ensure that you were here because you want to be around me.
Okay.
You need
That's a
and also I don't want nothing from you. Hey, we're going to do stuff together and feel like if we spend time together, do we like that? But this gift giving stuff, I've never been this guy. I've been asked, you're not gonna give me back? Absolutely not. Sorry, that's not how I get down. And they'd be like, whoa. I'm like, it's not like that. It's just, you know. What is month one?
We ain't building it on that.
You know what I'm saying? We can't build it on that because guess what? If that stuff stops coming, then you leave.
Right.
Woo!
You know?
Right.
That's a bar.
If that stuff stops coming, you leave. And I've seen it happen. People will suck people dry, and then the minute that they're at their lowest, or the minute that, you know, they show a human side because they're supposed to be superhumans, you can understand this, you know what I mean? Being I gotta carry everything twice, you know, because of the position that we've been put in life, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
It's a lot
to carry.
There's only one way to find out if a woman or a man truly loves you. You have to go through something.
Yeah. Honestly.
Like, and it doesn't have to be like the cheating things or whatever, but like, I don't know if it's like you dealing with a disease like cancer, you lose a leg, or you in a hospital. I'm not even saying it has to even be that deep, but there has to be like a bump in the road to where you kind of like took a step back to realize like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I also would say it's an I thing too for me. I've noticed, you know, in life, the way people look at me, you know, especially people that are close to me. And I've noticed the difference, right? Like maybe I thought something was like, hey, I love you, but really it was like, I want to be you, right? I've seen that before. And I'm like thinking, oh, like this person loves me, but it's like, no, they either want to be you or want what you got. You know what I mean? I've kind of maybe felt that. And then when someone does love you, you can see that. I've seen like the way someone that looks at me, I can be like, oh, you know, I don't know how to explain that.
I know
but it's
exactly
an I
what
thing.
you mean.
And I'm telling you, I've only gotten that like within the last few years. I'm like, oh, the way she's looking at me, I ain't never been looked at like, oh, you want to help, you want to, you know what I mean? It's just constantly, I care about this creature, this thing. I want to be, you know what I mean? And I can see that without her having to say it, which is pretty.
And do you think that, like, for instance, like someone having like a being in your position specifically too, I feel like love can also be determined by the type of woman that you're with, and like, does she want to help you be better? Does she have your best interest in mind?
Yeah.
Is she trying to make you grow? And is she trying to do it even if it's not beneficial to her? You know what I'm saying? Like there's ways in which, even with me and my relationships, where I can be like, look, I think you should do this, even if I know like that doesn't really make me feel comfortable. Yeah. But I know that it will be better
That's
for
called
you.
maturity, and that's called strength. A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That you think like that is actually beautiful. A lot of people are so in their own life, which we all should, right? We should care about what we're doing. But I'm very big picture oriented, and it's kind of like effed me over in relationships because I'm like, how are we tripping and talking about this? Like we're on a plane like I just think big picture. We're on a plane in the middle of space. Yeah. There's things that I'm trying to do within the world. I'm trying to shift. I'm trying to put love and life into it. And, you know, so how are we arguing about like the way that the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. But sometimes I can come off maybe inconsiderate or insensitive in that, but it's just because I'm thinking, big picture, large scale.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, listen, I just want to go back before we move forward again. Just know he got an album coming out.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I love you. Goodbye.
That's the last thing she said to me on the phone. That's why the album's called that.
I love you. Goodbye.
That was the last thing on the phone. I'll give you a little story. So that's why I kind of wore this shirt. Man of Steel is one of the focus tracks on the album. But I wrote it because when I go through any type of emotional or depressing time in life, I'm watching superhero movies. I'm a nerd. We were just talking about video games. You know how I get down. I'm Predator. I'm Superman. All this stuff, right? So I was watching Batman vs Superman, and she called me for us to have like this last kind of conversation. And basically on the phone, I was like, "Look, just so you know, I don't want this, but if this is something you want, I understand." And she kind of went through her whole spiel, and kind of what I took from it was, "Hey, you can't love me and be this guy that you feel like you have to be for the world. You can't do both, right? And I don't want to stop you from doing it, so I think it's just best." And I was like, all right, if that's what you want. And then she's like, all right, I love you, goodbye. Boom, right? Go back to watching the movie, the very next scene, Superman walks in the bathroom, Lois Lane is in the bathtub, Superman is like, what's wrong? And Lois Lane's like, she's like, it's impossible. And he's like, for what? She's like, for you to love me and still be you. I said, ran downstairs, told my mom. I was like, look, man, you need to know that this just happened. You need to make sure that you know this. I didn't just make this shit up. This really just happened to me. And she was like, what? And I went downstairs and made a song called Man of Steel. But basically, it's just representing that's like, I'm supposed to be a man of steel, so it's hard to say how I feel. I don't want to cry because it makes it real. The world, all they see is a man of steel, the one that they can't kill, but they don't know that I die to be your man still. You know what I mean?
Ooh, wow.
So it's like, that's the song,
but
that's how it came along, and all of the records kind of have that kind of weight to them, you know?
All right, I just figured out another thing to really find out if a girl or a guy loves you.
What is it?
All right, here's another thing, and it's not you have to cheat. You have to be willing to give up something that you probably really enjoyed or loved.
Compromise.
For that person.
Yeah.
Well,
Agreed.
is it most people
Agreed.
doing that?
No.
People don't do that.
Well, committing to a relationship,
Well,
men
say
like
this.
to have sex with women all the
No,
time.
don't say this. Say like she likes to go to the club all the time, or she was a dancer. She won't give that up.
What about even time when she wakes up? But because we wake up, maybe I don't sleep in as much because I want to wake up and blah blah blah, vice versa. I think a change in habit or something like that.
Something that
I agree.
That's another thing to show. Like if she's willing or he's willing to like change that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like either
you
bad
saying it.
habit or
for real.
a habit that you've been doing your whole life and they're willing to change
They don't
that
know the
for
strength
you.
that it takes for that. It's a lot of strength.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a lot of strength and it's a lot of, like you're saying, love, right?
Yeah.
I'm altering this thing, maybe this habit, this part of my life for you. And I feel like sometimes, maybe I'm speaking because I'm biased, I'm a man, I feel like for a man, it is like overlooked sometimes.
Like a man
The
who
sacrifices
smoked
that are made.
weed every day and he want to be with this girl, he quit smoking weed. For her, that's love.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know what you mean. That's
You know
for
what I'm
real.
saying? No, for real, just something that's a habit and you quit it for that person, that proves love.
Yeah. Okay, just to be a devil's advocate, because now we're just talking.
Yeah.
All right, could that be something to gain something else? If someone is in a race to gain something, and the thing they're trying to gain is more important than this thing they'd have to give up, they'd easily give that up, right? So let's say smoking weed may be her thing, right? But she'll easily stop that because she want to live where she's living at. She want to sit where she's sitting at. And it doesn't even have to be that she loves you. She might love that life more.
That's very true.
You feel me?
I get what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying.
throwing a wrench in the...
no, it's true, but like habits is hard to break. Because then now, if so say they give it up in front of you, they'll sneak and do it, and then if you catch them doing it, that's cheating.
Right. I agree. I do agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I do agree with that. Honestly, I do agree with that.
What have you given up in a relationship?
Oh, man. So
and
much.
do you feel the difference between compromise? Do you feel like there's a difference between compromise and sacrifice?
I think men always have to do a little bit more, honestly. That's my honest opinion. Men always have to do a little bit more compromising, a little bit more.
Why?
And it's not by a lot. It's not like, oh my God, but it's a little bit more. We got to swallow the pill a little bit more than you guys,
Why do you
believe.
expand?
He's just true.
Yeah,
It's
Explain.
just
I
a
wanna hear
little bit
why.
more. Okay.
I want to hear why.
Okay.
Because we got more ego too, like to
Yes.
drop stuff. And,
That-
being the
I
man.
think
and
the
we looking
strength-
like we the king.
Yes, I agreed, 100%. I think the strength is in that. I feel like, I've been able to be very apologetic and accountable, and I feel like a lot of times, the majority of the times, my partner has not been. Even over something small, right? Like I've done something small and I've been like, look, I want to apologize to you because I kind of had a bad day, and I can do that, right? It's easy for me because I want you to know that you're not the issue. I'm going through something, and I allowed that to hang on to you, and I apologize. I've been in situations where that can linger for days, 4 or 5 days, and now I'm effing feeling weird because you're having an issue, but you don't know how to communicate that issue to me. And so I got to swallow more pride than you. I gotta, and it's because you don't want to, maybe, or I don't know. I'm speaking about a multitude of situations, but the consensus I've gotten is I've always had to just kind of, sorry. All right. Yeah, let's go. Because I'm driving the ship. We got to go where I have to go because I'm making the money, right? We have to go to this thing. We have to go to this event. I can't go to this event and you have a problem. So I need to clear the problem and make sure that we're straight before we go in here because I can't have any issues in here, right? I don't think that, on the other foot, it's the same. I haven't seen it.
Do you think that women have a tough time being accountable and apologizing, period?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everyone does. I'm going to say, for me, I think I'm actually a lot better than, some people that I know in terms of just apologizing and owning stuff up and, just trying to get through it because I've been through so much and I actually have seen the benefits of it. And I feel like a lot of people who don't do it, so they don't see the benefits of it. But once you do, you're like, oh, if I just do this, we're good.
Yeah.
But if I sit up here and I can't speak what's on my mind and I'm mad for the next week, I'm ruining my quality of life. I'm wasting my time also. I'm wasting my time because I love you, you love me, we want the same stuff. Why would we spend these 4 hours being mad? And I'm not saying every issue can be fixed like that. Oh, you just want me to blah, blah. It's like, no, but if I'm hearing what you're saying, I'm understanding it. I'm on your side. I'm not against you. I want to hear what you have to say. I want you to say what you have to say. Now, what are we going to do? Right? What are we going to do now? Like, let's not. So that's a big thing for me when it comes to partners. I can't do the childish, that's very hard for me It's very hard for me to like deal because I'm like, I already got
enough on my plate.
My brain's gonna explode the amount of stuff that's in it all the time. Yeah. So it's like I need you to, and it's not a horrible thing to have to deal with, but it's an annoyance. It can be sometimes annoying, but it's you take the crookeds with the straights in life. Again, that goes back to there's stuff I don't like, but I've yet to be in a situation where it doesn't exist, which I'm fine with. But it is something that can be agitating sometimes.
So you mentioned that you have to go to sleep with the TV on because your mind is always loud.
What the heck? What's these questions? Great. Very true. That's a very true statement.
You know what's so crazy?
So would you compromise that in a relationship if you were with a girl? That's something you can't compromise.
Nah. I'm not sleeping on dark.
So the girl, that's a compromise the girl's making. She's like, I'm going to sleep with this man even though I hate the TV being on. I hate the TV being on.
Yeah, exactly.
It kills me.
Most partners that I've had hate it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, listen, I'm not going to be able to sleep. Like, because I said, regardless
of
what you
I'm
think.
the same way.
I'm like, the darkness is louder to me than the TV.
Right.
Like, and my TV's blasting. Like, I got the JBL, I got the projector. That mug is blaring in my face. And that's the only way I can go to sleep. But if it's quiet, I'm like... Right. And it's not like I think something's getting me, but like the things I'm thinking about is so. I'm like, then I gotta do right. But if my brain can catch on to the movie, I slowly slip off, and I'm into sleep.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's the only way.
Like that.
That's the only way. And I'm also studying. Whenever I'm watching movies or TV, I'm studying every second.
Yeah.
And it's hard for people, that I'm with to be like, you just watched this movie yesterday. I was like, I know. I'm watching it again 2 times today. Because I want to see what I missed. I want to see why that role was. You know what I mean? That's how I be. Yeah. And that is a sacrifice. Yeah.
Look, I would be watching a movie and say like if I'm with a partner and I turn over and they see me turn over not watching the movie and they like turn the TV off. I'm like, I'm listening to it.
Yeah, for real. I'll wake up if something changes. Even if sometimes it just the battery or whatever, it'll just go to the save screen. I'll wake up and be.
To it. You're not watching it.
Put it back on. But you know what's funny? My mom told me that my dad used to have VHSs and he would always watch, the same movies. And she said he would wake up out of his sleep if it popped out to pop it back in, hit play, and go back and go back to sleep.
That is a man thing, I feel, because I need pitch black and silence.
That's scary to me.
And so if I'm like, that's a compromise for me.
You don't hear nothing?
Like, no, I hear this peacefulness of just my life.
Oh my gosh, I'll be hearing. I don't know. I'll be hearing.
Yeah.
I have to be like in the dark. So that would be definitely. So do you feel like? Because I always feel like there's a difference between compromise and sacrifice. Like compromise is I'll sleep with you in the bed with the TV on, even though I hate that.
Yeah.
Sacrifice is changing the core of who I really am. I don't believe that you should sacrifice in a relationship because that leads to resentment.
Can you sacrifice a part of you that isn't good for you, but maybe that is a part of right? Because that's where I've experienced, right? It's like, this is my normal, this is a part of who I think I am, but it also doesn't produce the best side of me, right?
Okay.
And this person maybe, and I do feel like it's a sacrifice. I do feel like I'm cutting something or something that is very whatever to me, but it's like this thing is morphing me into something that's so much more than that, right? But I guess that is a compromise then if it doesn't feel too much like that. But I do feel like there's something I sacrificed, and the more I sacrificed it, I realized it wasn't really a sacrifice. In comparison to what I was gaining in the relationship, in comparison to who I was becoming, how the person was pulling this person out of me, didn't feel like a sacrifice anymore. But it took me some time to do it for a while. I'm like, whoa, look how I've been living. Look how I'm walking around. Look at my shoulders. I feel like I'm getting bigger in the gym, but because I made certain sacrifices for this person. And again, I want to go back to the love. I think the right person, even if they know, they'll tell you like, hey, that's not you. They won't let you live any lower than yourself.
Ooh, they won't let you live any lower than yourself.
Yeah, they won't let you.
Now,
I've been in a relationship where I thought the person loved me and would influence the lowest version of me,
I've had that.
And that's because now I'm tangible. Who I'm supposed to be, who God brought me here to be, sometimes it can't be tangible, right? And when people see that, it's like, how do I make them more, come back down here, And that's how it felt. Ooh. And that's with friends too. Got a bunch of friends, that I felt that energy from. It's like, yo, let's make him human again. Because right now, he's too, shit's popping off, shit's feeling good. Yeah. Hey man, come on.
Dim your light. That's what I've been in a lot of my relationships. Dim your life. You can be in relationships with people who are in competition with you.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Like seriously, like
that makes me mad.
Or they want to, like you said, they want to keep you here because when you're here, you don't understand your power and who you are. And if you understood your power and who you are, you wouldn't be with them.
Right.
And
that's
they
what
know
they
that.
don't want that. They don't want that. They
so
don't want that.
you have to stay down here.
Well said.
I'm going to influence all the worst parts of you so you don't know who the fuck you are.
Well said.
Period. You know, and then when I do that, I'm going to continue coming back to you because you're feeding that and I need that.
Oh, man. I've seen friends do that, even just not to me. Like, I know someone, and her best friend was on that, like, just, and the minute that she started, it's like, who are you? Like, what? And was getting mad at her for being a better version of herself.
Yeah. Yeah. They always want to I've been in a relationship where someone literally told me, I have to bring you back to reality because people pump you up too much and they make you feel
That's
good.
horrible, and that should be your number one support system.
Yeah,
that should be your that should be your source. You should be telling him to chill out, babe. You should be out in public. You should be like, babe, don't say that. He's like, no, my girlfriend's a bitch. You know what I mean? That's how it should be.
Like,
I feel like.
She's this, she's the.
Yeah, she's incredible. Yo ain't even seen the best part, you know?
All of my past relationships have been exactly that.
Yeah.
Like dimming, never felt good, never.
And that's also just because they don't feel, like you said, worthy to be next to you, or you know what I mean? It's like, and unfortunately, I think it is hard for a woman in that space.
Yeah, no, it is.
You know, because especially when you're a successful woman, you're a beautiful woman, you got a man, you might feel a little intimidated.
Yeah.
That's the only way you feel like he has that.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
the man code.
I can see how guys been intimidated by you, though.
Yeah.
But I think too, it's been also my fault because I was at a certain frequency where I wasn't feeling myself, you know? So I attracted at a certain level.
Yeah.
So I always put it back on me. Like what I was attracting was how I felt internally about who I was.
You know what you're saying.
You know?
That's good.
She used to be
That's
intimidating.
Not no more?
No, strong voice. You see her, she very opinionated, just strong, just very just.
See how he tries to come at me? I'm strong. I'm not no buff ass strong man. Like, don't piss me
She
off.
was big and strong.
She bicep poking
big
out,
and strong
shoulders.
voice. It was like it's intimidating.
He's just trying to say I gained a lot of weight when I
I didn't
went
even
through
say that.
depression.
That wasn't even what I was talking about.
He doesn't probably know, but I was 280. Every episode he has to reference when I was
No,
280
I did. I didn't even
pounds.
say it. You said
You
it.
were
See?
big, strong boy.
No, strong.
No, he was
opinionated.
talking
That's
about
good.
your voice,
No,
and
no,
your
I
energy.
watched him.
He's talking
I
about your
watched him.
energy.
Why you kept
Big
saying-
and
You
strong.
kept saying I used to be. So
No, I
I'm
said
not,
now.
No,
You still
just
are.
said used
You
to
still
be.
are.
That was just a slip of the tongue. You know, we make mistakes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
okay,
Well,
whatever.
because like you used to come off like a little more masculine. Now you showing your femininity side of yourself, you know, which is great. You got a good balance of it, but you could be a strong, intimidating voice. Like, and that's real.
It's a compliment, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, but I'm like,
There's nothing wrong with a strong and like
I'm gonna continue
like
to
powerful
go.
voice. Like think about like certain like Michelle Obama has a strong
Viola
voice.
Davis, your favorite
Viola
actress.
Davis is very
Strong.
powerful
Yeah,
when she
strong.
talks. When you like, damn. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I will say this, and I'm just gonna make it very quick. I think that women in a career space have to tap into a lot of their masculine side to be noticed,
Agreed.
to succeed. Like I've been very successful in the podcast space, and it's because of my voice. It's because I demand people's attention when I talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in my real life, I'm very feminine. In my relationships, I'm very feminine.
Can I just say you're very feminine? You're not feminine. Let's just
Yeah,
make sure
yeah,
we
exactly.
say that.
You are-
Because
no,
it sounds like
yeah.
you're saying, yes.
because everyone always comes for me. For
no
that.
one watches this and says, she's not feminine. No, we
Some
feel like
people do.
No, they do. They come for me.
Well,
I'm
don't listen to
very
those
heavy.
people.
Yeah,
They're
don't
weirdos.
listen to those people. Damn.
Well, you're the one saying it all
I
the
don't
thing.
say it.
He didn't say. He just said strong.
Strong voice.
Strong.
voice.
This is blowing me. Stop doing this, though. This is blowing me. This right here is like, what in the
You gotta
what?
do it. You gotta do it now.
Well, this is the symbol for strong.
Yeah.
Like, this
It's
is blowing me. Stop this. Like, I'm not giving bodybuilder, what's up, nigga? Like, it doesn't give that. Stop doing that. You're blowing me. You're blowing me. You're blowing me.
very
My
strong.
bad.
That is hilarious.
My bad. I
She
didn't
said,
mean
I'm
to-
cool with it, but it's
I mean,
this
it was
that's
just-
getting on
no,
my
This and the masculine title, because I just feel like women, we get that when we're successful, strong. When we
Men
have to
they're
do
being
this.
sassy and feminine now when they say how they feel. I can't stand
That's
this.
true, too.
That's
That's
pissing me
true,
off.
too.
This sassy
Exactly.
dude stuff is ridiculous. I've seen videos and a guy just be like, hey, I don't rather you not. Oh, you're sassy.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
out one time and somebody and I was like, hey,
exactly.
excuse me, like it was a fan approaching. I was just like, hey, maybe like in the way you just, you know, you kind of just came. Oh, you're sassy. I was like, I'm just trying to share with you how I feel. If that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that's what I got when I had an issue with something. I'm like, I don't like that. Sassy.
I don't like that either. And they say that about men a lot. Like, even with men smoking hookah, they're like, any man smoking hookah is sassy. Any man drinking a lemon drop is sassy. Like, he can't have like a little lemon in the drink.
Damn.
Like, you know what I mean?
Want something taste good?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
That's what I say. Why girls get all the good flavored drinks, and if I drink,
Yeah, like the men can't
this is
have
delicious.
nothing.
This tastes like tropical oceans.
Yeah, everything is sassy apocalypse now. Like, man, I hate it. I don't go for that.
All right, I'm gonna get back to the music.
Let's do it.
You got music dropping in another week.
Yeah.
I Love You Goodbye.
The greatest breakup album of all time. That's the full title.
Yeah.
I Love You Goodbye, the greatest breakup album of all time. And I also wanted to tell you, too, just kind of like, I don't know if you guys saw the suit I was wearing and all this stuff.
I did.
So I said when you get broken up with, it feels like you showed up to the altar by yourself. So I wanted like an 1800s groomsman because a lot of, amazing poets in those olden times. I'm really inspired by those people. And you'll never see a video of those people, but you'll hear their poems forever, right?
Yeah.
It lasts. And I feel like that's how I felt about this project. And I had that design. So Pooja is my stylist, and then Lionel is an incredible designer. He's done stuff for SZA and a bunch of other people. Oh. He helped design the suit. And that was like my main thing for this. Everybody was like, Trevor just keeps asking about the suit. I said, I need the suit made. We had it made. I was like, this is all wrong. Start over. Right. And then I finally got it the way I wanted it. But it's a huge part of that. And I also feel like, someone that looked like me back in that time couldn't afford garments like that. So I'm like kind of flexing for them too.
I love that.
And that's kind of the birthplace of the whole visual and, and it's like, funeral.
Staying on the music side, I want to talk about today's music.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think, and how do you think that today's music is affecting our love and our relationships? Like, is there something?
This is so great. I would say this. I'll say a lot of people's issues with music, those same people are the reasons the issues exist. Right? So it's like I'll see a lot of women maybe have an opinion about, how a woman is being treated or whatever, but they're the same ones, singing the songs that are,
Exactly.
And it's just hard to gauge, right?
Yeah.
And for men too.
Yeah.
Men will be singing songs like this, and you're like, how do you expect someone to take you seriously? You just said you had 5 baby mamas, and you're trying to do this, and you're trying to do that, and this is, So I do think it's hard, and I will say the one genre of music where they talk about family, wife, and husband is country music. And I do think this is all agenda-based. I think this is all, if they're black, let's make sure that we keep the shit going, right? We want to keep only one mom in the household. We want the dad to be, and that is perpetuated by the music. That's perpetuated by certain movies. And white people, a lot of white people listen to country music and pop music, and it's very family-oriented. It's very husband, wife, can't wait to get home to my kids type of records. So I think that's something that's missing and something that I'm trying to create. I think this is just the beginning of my story that I have to tell.
Yeah.
I have a lot more albums that I'm sitting on and I'm going to release, but I want to get to that point, right, to where the biggest artists can also be the healthiest lifestyles. A lot of people want to be, quote unquote, successful, which is money, cars, big house, career, but no one's happy, right? So I think there should be, that has to be in there. And I would like to bring that, to the forefront. I'd like to do more of that. And that only comes with honesty. And that's what I think this album is just me being completely honest about where I was at and, what I was going through.
That.
But I do believe that. Do
you believe, I know you said Boyz II Men is one of your faves, right? And they complimented you in your vocals.
That was a deep, deep moment for me.
I could imagine.
I was going through a lot already that day, just mentally. Yeah. And then, I walked in there and I seen them. And I'm like, first of all, I'm the type of person, like, although I've been in this for a long time, I'm a fan first. So, like, even me sitting across from Paul Pierce, I'm like, now, we met a few times, but still I'm kind of like, oh shit, you know what I mean? This is happening. So that'll never go away from me. I'm always a fan and then turned artist.
Yeah.
So when I saw them, I was like getting teary. I was like almost crying. And they were like, everybody thinks I'm playing. I'm sure when I met you and I'm like, Paul, you probably like, this dude's a lot, but it's because I really feel this way. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening, right?
Yeah.
So I told him that and I was like, guys, like this is my dream come true. I mean, like I've listened, you're the reason I know how to sing. Like I listen to your records and they're like, you're making us proud. We see everything you've been doing, man. Keep going, You're making us proud. You're doing us justice, right? Yeah. And to hear that from them to, I heard Co-Sign was doing a podcast and he had said, I feel like Trevor Jackson suffers from being too good, right? Quote unquote. And I feel like I have been overlooked as an artist because maybe I look good or because maybe I'm a successful actor. So it's hard for people to give me my flowers when it comes to music, but I do this shit. Like I'm writing the shit, I'm recording myself, and I do it at a very high level. And to hear them say it, I didn't need nobody else to say it.
Right.
Boys to Men.
Validated.
What?
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Genuine was putting fire signs on your
Genuine,
song,
that's another thing. That's amazing.
You know,
that's amazing. Yeah, these people.
That's huge.
It's an honor. It's an honor, man. And yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I still trip out to be in spaces with these people because I'm a student. When I want to do something, just like I'm sure how he's studying game film or anything like that, I am studying these music videos. I'm studying the voice. I'm rewinding it. I'm press playing for hours at 11 years old. You know what I mean? At 8 years old, I was just always trying to, and then I'm meeting these people.
Yeah.
Like I ran into Omarion the other day and I'm like, bro, you don't understand. When I first moved to LA, I was 11 years old. I walked by in the Beverly Hills Mall. I screamed my ass off. I ran down to the food court. I begged them for a pen and paper. I said, Omarion's over here, ran back, you sign my shit, and I got it in my house right now.
Oh, that's
It's in my house right now.
That's dope.
But it's like, I'm not, and I feel like a lot of people lose that.
Yeah.
Right? You get into it and you start becoming numb to the shit. And it's like, yo, we are superheroes in a way. And we have to remember that and carry that, you know? When people walk up, I remember being a fan. That's why I'm always like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Hey, I'm nice to meet you. I'm never, you know what I mean? I'm always just, because that could create the next Michael. That could create the next, you know, Kobe. That could create the next Paul. That could create the next, you know what I mean?
100%.
Just by being like, hey, man, keep going. All of that, this right here. And that could, someone will imagine that when they go to sleep. And the hardest day of their life, they will be like, he said, keep going. That Boys to Men, I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna go through more shit in life. That's life. I'm gonna go through our shit, and I might question who I am, Trevor. And I'll remember that moment of Boys to Men. Boys to Men told you that, bro. So, you know what I mean?
That's dope.
That's real.
Dope.
That's
real. That's
and
real.
I love that because I have that moment, you know, where like I'm out and someone like Kevin Hart's like, you're dope, keep going. Like,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
I'm like, you know who I am?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like just little stuff.
We
and you
overlook
do
that.
think about things like
It's
that.
incredible.
You have to stay humble and remain humble, no matter who you meet or who you're
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
So one last question. What do you feel like, because I know you spoke about country, but I do also feel like, and Paul talks about that R&B from back in the day, Boys to Men, Jagged Edge, you know.
Jodeci.
All of these people, they were singing about loving a woman, wanting a woman, needing a woman. Like, where do you feel like that transition? What happened? And then I noticed more women like Cardi B, City Girls and Broke Boys Don't Deserve nothing. Like this whole era.
That's not a production of happiness. Let's just be real. We just, even you saying those sentences out loud, it's like you can't possibly believe that will bring you happiness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Where did love go in music?
Yeah, and I'm here. I'm here to bring it back. Okay. Even in the breakup albums, you hear the love, right? It's not, hey, F you, bitch, I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm dead. That's how I felt. And also, after the breakup, I tore my Achilles. I was down, bro. Then I had 2 weeks after she broke up with me, I tore my Achilles. Then I had stomach issues while I was in the hospital. Then I had back issues. I was going through everything in my life, right? Me and God was talking, right? God, what's happening? Why is this? And I have to go film Grownish in a week, and I have to go be on tour. So I went on tour with the dang boot. I was shooting Grownish with the boot on, going back.
Which side, left or right?
Right side.
Okay, because you know that correlates. You know, if you see an energy person, like if you have injuries to one side of your body, that has something to do with like kind of relationships. I had to go through.
For real?
You should see an energy person.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
That has something to do with relationships.
Because it was literally 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
You might have like just one side of your body going through stuff.
Yeah, it was the day after
go
Christmas.
back. Yeah.
I tore my Achilles. Day after Christmas. I only get to see my family once a year. I was there.
It's a thing.
Yeah, tore it. But wrote this whole album in the cast. I had to keep raising my foot up because all the blood was rushing. So I'd have to wait between verses, writing down, put my foot back up, you know? But the result is this project. And I think you can really hear it. I hope you guys get a chance to top to bottom. And then the album release will be next week. Hopefully you guys can come.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
Of course, we would love to come.
But just to hear it in its order, because the reason why I did this broke up the project like that is because I did on my last one and it helps, fans want more stuff.
Yeah.
But I make albums and I make them to go in order. I'll sit there for days at a time, be like, no, this song, no, trade that back up, so it can go through all of the stuff the way it's supposed to be done.
I love how you did I Love You EP and then Goodbye EP. That's really dope, actually.
Thanks.
It's good. It's really good. It's vulnerable. It's open. And I feel like we need so much more of that.
Yeah.
We need more love back. We need it back.
Love.
Yeah, I'm old school. Come
I got you.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So before you leave,
Yep.
I'm going to have you answer one of these questions with
go.
one word only.
Let's go.
Okay, one word. Why do men cheat? One word.
Freedom.
Okay, I would say ego. One
What did I
word.
say? What did I say?
You said ego too. Is that what you would say?
I forgot. We did this before. I forgot
Yeah.
what I said.
What about one word? Why women cheat?
Revenge.
Ooh, that's a good one. I could see that. One word. What scares you most in love?
Leaving.
That's good. One word. What makes you lose feelings?
For me, disrespect.
Yeah. I was going to say, this isn't one word, but it's like lack of consideration.
Yeah. So kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to give one word to describe I Love You Goodbye album, what would it be? You could just say your ex's name if you want. Yeah. You'll for sure get that text back.
Rebirth.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
If God could send you a text message right now, what would it say?
Stay the course. Stay the course.
Man,
Stay the course.
I love that.
I also don't want to know too much, right? And I found this out throughout my life. And I saw this said one time and it stuck with me for a minute. It was like, if God told you everything you had to go through to get to what you want in life, you'd probably change what you want.
Ooh, I've heard that. That's good.
I heard that and I said, oh my.
That's good.
And I heard this after the tear and stuff. So I'm like, if God, when I was young, was like, you're going to break your leg. You're going to go through one of the worst heartbreaks. Maybe go through three heartbreaks. Who knows? Right? Then this is going to happen. This person's going to lie. Your best friend's going to do this. And then your friend, then you're going to lose this person. And your grandma's going to, you might be like, hey, dude, I'll just go to 7-Eleven. I can be the dude at the front. Like, you know what I mean? I can be the traffic guy. Like, I don't care. Like, you might change your dream, but God knows. And he does it in his own time. And I'm super thankful for it. So I just say stay the course because I don't regret anything I've done. Sure, I maybe wish I whatever, but I'm thankful for where I'm at. I'm thankful for who I am. And I know I got a lot more to go, but the only way to lose is to stop or to give up. And I'm not that type of, I'm not cut like that. I can't.
That's real. You must be a
you have it.
Virgo, huh?
Album coming out
How
a
the
week, you
F
guys.
did you know that?
I'm good at this. We did this with Kevin Gates.
How the F did she know that? And she waited till the end so she could get all the information, then use it and dissect it.
Yeah, I'm good at
tell
this.
Me what it
You can
was.
ask my friends. I guess everyone.
Okay, I need you to guess my brothers when we're done here.
Okay, we will. Okay, well, thank you, Trevor. Please.
You guys are awesome, man.
You were
Thank you.
great.
Come
We're
on.
so grateful to have
love,
you.
sir. Thank
We're
you,
so
man.
grateful to have you.
Amazing.
I hope my handshake wasn't too
No,
masculine.
it was strong. It was a little too strong for
It
me,
was
but
too
not this.
strong.
No.
You guys, Trevor has the best breakup album ever coming out. I Love You Goodbye. If you're going through a breakup, if you're feeling down about yourself, or if you're even feeling good about yourself and you want to get back to the love and music, make sure you guys check out his I Love You EP, Goodbye EP. And in about a week, he will be dropping
November
I Love You
21st.
Goodbye. November 21st. Make sure you guys tune in. It looks fire. We'll put all the information below so you guys can click everything, follow Trevor and all that jazz.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Of course. Thank you, Trevor, so much.
Let's go.
again, man.
God, it's Paul
Yes.
Pierce. Sorry, I'm still freaking out. Okay, I can do it now that the interview's over. It's Paul Pierce. Okay, NBA Live. I'm only picking him. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us at Truth After Dark.
Yes.
Appreciate
Thank you so
y'all.
Peace.
much. Peace.
This is to taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic?